Do you know what Girmitiyas is? It comes from the English word agreement. During the 1800s, the British transported thousands of Indian laborers to their colonies. They worked on plantations. Most of them were made to sign an agreement, or what the locals called a girmit. Those who signed it came to be known as Girmitiyas. Almost 1 million such Girmitiyas were sent to Mauritius. They settled there and they became citizens. But their heritage remained Indian. And why are we talking about them tonight? Because India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a 2-day visit to the island nation, and he talked about this story during his speech. He talked about how the British duped these Girmitiyas. Our next report brings you more.
It's day 2 of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Mauritius, and today the island nation marks its National Day. One deeply tied to India's history. It's celebrated on March 12th, the same day that Mahatma Gandhi began the Dandi March. Prime Minister Modi is the chief guest at the celebrations, an honor he first received in 2015.
140 करोड़ भारतीयों की ओर से मैं मॉरिशस के सभी नागरिकों को राष्ट्रीय दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। यह मेरे लिए बहुत सौभाग्य की बात है कि मुझे दोबारा मॉरिशस के नेशनल डे पर आने का अवसर मिल रहा है। भारत और मॉरिशस का संबंध केवल हिंद महासागर से ही नहीं, बल्कि हमारी साझी सांस्कृतिक परंपराओं और मूल्यों से भी जुड़ा है। हम आर्थिक और सामाजिक प्रगति की राह पर एक दूसरे के साथी हैं।
The Indian Navy is also part of the grand event. The INS Imphal docked at Port Louis on March 10th. Now, the naval destroyer has opened its decks to the public, inviting curious visitors aboard. Besides that, Prime Minister Modi also held a roadshow in the capital. Hundreds lined up to see the Indian Prime Minister. After that, Prime Minister Modi headed to the Ganga Talao in Port Louis. There he poured Ganga Jal, that is holy water from the river Ganga, into the water body. He also performed the Ganga Aarti there. The visit was an important one for both India and Mauritius. 8 MOUs or Memorandums of Understanding were exchanged between the two nations. India will also support the building of Mauritius's new parliament. India and Mauritius also raised their relationship to an enhanced strategic partnership, covering areas of artificial intelligence, health, and digital technology. Both sides also reaffirmed the special and unique ties that the two nations have. Mauritius's ties to India began almost 2 centuries ago, in 1834. Slavery was banned in the 1830s, so the British needed a workforce for their sugar plantations, and they decided on Indian laborers. They transported thousands to the islands. They were from the states of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. These laborers were promised a bright future, but they found themselves in captivity, working in the sugar plantations of Mauritius. It's something that Prime Minister Modi talked about during his visit, on how the British duped Indian laborers.
वो अनेकों हिंदुस्तानी जो गुलामी के कालखंड में यहां झूठ बोलकर लाए गए, जिन्हें दर्द मिला, तकलीफ मिली, धोखा मिला, और मुश्किलों के उस दौर में उनका संबल थे भगवान राम।
These workers were referred to as Girmitiya. The word Girmit comes from the English word agreement. Girmitiyas refer to the people of the agreement, or people of the indenture contract. The contracts these Indians were made to sign to work abroad. These Indians were treated inhumanely, working long hours in poor conditions, and they were often beaten and sexually abused. Not just that, Prime Minister Modi also recalled his 1998 visit to the country for the International Ramayan Conference. He visited the nation as the General Secretary of the BJP, the Bharatiya Janata Party. But the visit wasn't just about official meetings. He explored the country's natural wonders, including the 7 coloured earths in Chamarel and the Chamarel waterfall. So, as the Indian Prime Minister concludes this visit to Mauritius, the trip was more than just diplomacy. It was a tribute to shared history, cultural ties, and a future together. A journey that wasn't just political, but deeply personal. With this visit, India and Mauritius reaffirmed their bond, not just as partners, but as family.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat ke logon ko meri namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.